I'm an amputee, and I'm weird. I just wish I could blame it all on the leg. Today, I'll list off as many weird things as I have toes. Make that fingers and toes. I'm running low on toes. Peg legs are a scam. I cut off my leg just so I could be a pirate, only to discover that the stereotypical peg leg is more flop than fab. I feel gypped. My prosthetic leg is just the right size, shape, and height to be a cup holder. I've also used it for popcorn because snacks simply taste better when eaten out of your own leg. Ah! That was a bad idea. I can use my foot as a back scratcher.
Oh yeah, there's the spot.
How many of you two-leggers can say the same? It's surprising what I can still do as an amputee, even without a cutting-edge prosthesis. I can still bike, bounce, and kick. And with my ankle of steel, that's gotta be a one-kick knockout.
Like I said.
Is it just me, or is it weird that people stare at me when I'm not even famous? I'm just normal-ish. Number 6, I can feel my dead toes. You may think they're gone, but my nervous system disagrees. Just watch me wiggle my invisitoes. Number 7, even though I have a prosthetic leg, I don't wear it all the time. People find it weird that I would want to sit in this wheelchair with a cushion so soft and comfy that I have to fight off a herd of cats just to sit in it, when I could instead entrap my leg in a hard hunk of metal and carbon fiber. Super weird. Cutting off my foot didn't cut back on sock laundry. Weirdly, my sock usage tripled. My amputated leg changes size throughout the day, which is weird in and of itself. You see, the longer my leg is in a prosthetic socket, the more it gets compressed, squeezing out fluid, making my leg shrink. It's the opposite of swelling. How would you feel if you started out the day in a size 7 shoe but finished up in a size 5? When things get that loose, you simply can't walk in it. Rather than pack extra shoes around, if your foot shrunk, you just might pack extra socks and pad things up to make up for the lost volume. This is an especially appealing idea for talking prosthetic sockets instead of shoes. Not only would packing spare legs around everywhere be next level weird, but each leg costs tens of thousands of dollars or more, and I thought shoes were pricey. I randomly remove my leg throughout the day, but that's not the weird part. Sometimes I have to take off my pants to do it. When my leg gets too loose and wobbly, I need to pad it up with a sock, so I've got to take off my leg. No problem, I'll just roll up my pant leg and... uh-oh, that's not gonna work. I'm just hoping there's a bathroom nearby because depanting in public isn't socially acceptable. Here's a weird solution, just cut off the pant leg. Once I got into the habit of cutting things off, I guess I just got carried away. Women's pants are often too tight around the calf for me to get my leg in. Asymmetrical haircuts are cool, so asymmetrical pants should be cool too. Not only can I get my pants on now, but I can add socks without depanting. That's what I call accessibility. Since it's now so easy to randomly remove limbs, I might as well use my leg as a leg rest when it's not serving as a popcorn bowl. Why? Because it's comfier than sitting with a bent knee in a tight liner for prolonged periods of time. If you don't believe me, just amputate your limb and give it a try. Actually, don't do that. I don't want to get sued. Here's a weird amputee life hack. If I'm sitting somewhere and don't want to forget something when I leave, I'll take my keys and plop them in my leg. Now it's physically impossible for me to leave without pausing to reflect on why there are keys in my leg. Works every time. Cool asymmetrical pants aside, sometimes I do go incognito, wearing long pants that cover my cyborgness. Though sometimes I'll still take off my leg for one reason or another. One time I was at a restaurant. The waitress escorted her two-legged customer in. Then when she came back, my foot was up by my head. Either I'm crazy flexible or something weird is going on. In addition to doing weird things, I say weird things. Hey! You bring back my leg right this minute or you're on big time out, young man.
But you have wraps in my foot.
Honey, I left my leg in the car. Why did I put keys in my leg? Do you name your limbs? Turns out it's a thing once you start chopping them off. This is Lefty, may he rest in pieces. Stumpy is my new buddy, and this is Rodney and Tony. I call this my ninja leg because it's jet black, even the toes. Peggy the pirate. And last but certainly not least, Taekwondo. If you have leg name ideas, drop them in the comments. We shall pontificate together. A bonus weird thing about becoming an amputee is that I now make a ton of lame puns. Though admittedly, the puns were a pre-existing condition. I'm just grateful the doctor amputated my tibia instead of my humerus. I also talk to feet, especially rubber ones, though maybe that has something to do with being a YouTuber. If you like shenanigans, check out my amputee humor playlist. I'm Stephanina, and thanks for sharing this weird moment with me.